Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to UT Ancient Drama's performance of Seneca's Phaedra. My name is Michael Mignonelli, and I'm the director of tonight's show. Before we get started, I just want to point out the exits in the front and back of the auditorium, as well as the 2 bathrooms in the back. I will note that we do have a brief 10-minute intermission about midway through the show. At that time, please feel free to stretch your legs, and when you hear music coming from the auditorium, please find your seat again. At this time, I'd like to ask that you all silence your electronic devices. Yes, please. Thank you. Also, you're welcome to take photos. Just make sure the flash function is off. Lastly, I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Around the shady pine trees of the forest, go climb the high mountains of Kikros, go range widely on your swift feet, and range the lands below the mountain tops. The river in Theria's valley buffets as it rushes with its whirling flow. Climb the revealing snowy white. Other men to lofty alders they will go, where meadows lie caressed by the zephyr wind, and dewy breeze invites the growth of spring. Scrapes the barren dusty sand. Go by the left path where Malvado friends, where small birds seek out forage at night. Go where the warm south soft in the frosts of the rugged Abardian. Come tread the crags of sweet Hymettus, explore the open plains of Aphrodite. That region has been lying silence. Keen Molossians and the quarrelsome Cretans will abrade, goats in the back of their necks. Spartan hounds, fierce and out of prey, enemy the assassin with a closer notch. Yes, the time will come out when all the cliffs will resound with their barking, and they will press their noses to the ground and sniff out the prey. Someone, quickly, bring me my fine spun snares and mesh nets. See how it pens in the beasts as they return? Just like that. And with the throwing spear. Where is your point? With the throwing spear, you will direct the broad blade and drive the racing beasts. And in the moment of victory, you will release their curving innards. With your knife. On you go. Come to your comrade, virile goddess. You, for whom all lands, all secluded lands are open. You whose arrows hunt out beasts that drink next to the Hister and the cold Araxes. All beasts in unknown lands, whether the needy Garamantians or the Arabs themselves, all are afraid of your bow, Diana. And if a favored worshipper should take your power into the woods, his net will not go empty. And you will return. Beasts will come back with their muzzles reddened with blood. And the rustic throng will return to their houses in a long triumphal procession. Favor me, goddess. That's the call. I hear it in the woods. Look.
O Crete, great commanderess of the vast sea, along whose every coast countless vessels hold the deep, wherever Nereus cuts a passageway for ships, even as far as the land of Assyria. Why have you given me as hostage to a hated household, married me to our enemy, and forced me to spend my life in pain and tears? See, my husband is playing truant and runaway. Theseus shows his wife his unusual faithfulness. Bravely he travels through the deep darkness that the late nun can recross, recruited by an audacious suitor to carry off one stolen from the throne of the underworld's king. He presses on, the ally of madness. Neither fear nor shame have restrained him. Illicit adulterous sex is sought in the depths of Acheron by Hippolytus, his father. But another great pain weighs upon my distress. My trouble feeds and grows and burns within me like the heat that pours forth from endless cavern. Pallas's loom lies idle, wool slips between my fingers. I have no desire to honor the temples of the gods with wooded offerings, nor to join the choruses of Athenian women among the altars and whirl the torches in witness of the silent rites, nor to approach with chaste prayers and devout rituals the goddess who rules this land adjudicated as hers. My pleasure lies in starting and pursuing beasts in the chase, and in hurling stiff javelins with my soft hands. What horse is this? I swear. What is this crazy love of the woodlands? I recognize my mother's faithful evil. Our love is experienced at sinning forests. Mother, you are seized by unspeakable evil, a wild love for a leader of fierce power, a pleasure, patient with yoke, was leader of that untamed herd, yet he loved something. What god or what Daedalus could assist the unhappy flames of my passion? Not even if that master of Mopsopian art should return, who enclosed our monster in his blind house, could he offer any aid in my misfortune. Venus hates the offspring of her enemy, the sun. She is avenging through us the chains which bound her dear Mars and herself, burdening the whole tribe of Phoebus with unspeakable scandals. No daughter of Minos has got through a love affair lightly. Always it is linked with infamy. Life of Theseus, illustrious progeny of Jove, banish these unspeakable thoughts at once from your chaste heart. Extinguish the flames. Do not make yourself find such an appalling hope. A person who resists and rejects love at the outset wins safety and victory. But one who nurtures the sweet evil by indulging it protests too late at wearing the yoke he is drawn. I am well aware how stubbornness and distrusting truth is royal pride, how unwilling to be corrected. I shall bear any outcome that chance brings, for the closeness of freedom makes the aged brave. Best is an honorable purpose, with no going astray. Second, resistance of shame to recognize some limited sin. What bad is this, poor woman? Why worsen the infamy of your house and outdo your mother? This outrage is worse than monstrous, for the monstrous is attributable to fate, but crime to character. If you suppose that because your husband cannot see the upper world, the deed is safe and free of danger, you are wrong. Suppose Theseus is held buried in Lethean depths and endures the Stygian world forever. What of him who dominates the seas with his broad sway and dispenses justice to 100 communities? Your father. Will he let such a deed lie unconcealed? Parents' care is shrewd. But suppose we conceal such an outrage with cunning and deceit. What of him who pours his light on the world? Your mother's father. What of him who shakes the heavens, brandishing the bolt from Etna in his glittering hand, procreator of the gods? Do you suppose it can be managed that between these all-seeing grandfathers you will not be seen? But imagine this wicked coupling is concealed by the gods who kindly support. Imagine your debauchery meets the wood that is always withheld from great crimes. What of the ever-present punishment? The mind's fearful conscience, the spirit's full of guilt and afraid of itself. Some women have transgressed with safety, but none with peace of mind. Check these flames of unnatural love, I pray you. This evil that no barbarian land has ever committed. Not the Getae wandering on their plains, nor the inhospitable Taurans, nor the scattered Scythians. Banish this terrible deed from your chaste mind. With memories of your mother, shrink from unheard of sexual union. Are you planning to confound the beds of father and son, to hold a progeny of confusion in an unnatural will? Go on, overturn nature with your wicked fires. Why have monsters ceased? Why is your brother's hall empty? Shall the world always hear of strange portents? Shall nature always abandon her laws when a Cretan woman loves? I know what you say is true, nurse. But madness forces me to follow the worst path. My soul goes knowingly into the abyss and turns back ineffectively in search of sane judgment. What could reason do? Madness has conquered and rules me, and a mighty God controls my whole mind. This wind has power in every land, and with his flames he fires Jove himself. Warlike Mars has felt these firebrands. The craftsman god of the three-forked lightning has felt them. Yes, he who quickens the flames ever raging on Etna's peak grows hot himself in so small flame. Even Phoebus, who shoots true from his bow, was shot more unerringly by that boy who flies about, oppressing heaven and earth alike. The story that love is a god was invented by Deus-Lux in the interests of its own depravity. To have readers go and give its mad passion the pretext of a false divinity. Of course the goddess Veric sends her son wandering through the whole earth. He flies through the sky, wielding wanton weapons in his tender hand, and holds such great sway as the smallest of the gods. It was a crazy spirit that adopted this fiction and invented Venus divinity and the god's bow. Those who grow too extravagant in prosperity, overflowing with luxury, are always seeking out the unusual. Then lust steals in, that dire companion of great good fortune. Ordinary meals are not satisfactory, nor fabrics of the same style, nor cheap drinking cups. Why does this infection choose pampered homes and steal us off into humble families? Why is it that chaste love dwells beneath lowly roofs? That average folk have sane affections and modest status and self-control, while the rich and those bolstered by royal status seek more than what is right. Excessive power wants power beyond its power. Think what befits a woman endowed with a high throne. fear and respect the scepter of your returning husband. I hold the greatest sovereignty over me to be love's, and I have no fear of any return. Nevermore does one gain heaven's vault once he has descended and reached the halls of perpetual night. Do not place your trust in Dis, though he has closed his kingdom and the Stygian hound watches the terrible doors. Theseus alone can find forbidden paths. Maybe he will grant forgiveness to my love. He was implacable even to a chaste wife. Barbarian Antiope found his hand to be savage. But suppose your husband's anger can be softened. Who will soften this one's intractable spirit? He hates and shuns all that is called woman, implacably devotes his life to his celibate youth, and avoids marriage. You would know his end on reading. Though he lingers on the ridges of snowy hills and treads jagged rocks with nimble feet, I intend to follow him across deep forests, across mountains. Will he stop and allow himself to be caressed? And throw off his chaste ways for an unchaste love affair? Or will he drop his hate when hate of you perhaps makes him harry all women? I have heard perhaps he overcome my prayers. He is wild. I have learned that vile things can be overcome by love. He will flee. If he should flee across the very seas, I would follow! Remember your father. I remember my mother as well. He shuns our whole kind. I have no fear of rival. Your husband will be here? Oh, you mean Pericles' companion. Your father will be here. Ariadne's merciful father. By these bright hairs of old age, by this careworn heart, and these dear breasts, I pray as a suppliant, check this madness and come to your own help. Part of health is the will to be healed. I have not lost all sense of shame and honor. I will be ruled by you, nurse. The love that cannot be governed must be vanquished. I will not allow my reputation to be stained. And so, I must arm my hands to defend my chastity. This is the only means, the one escape from evil. I must follow my man and avert this enormity by death. My child, restrain your mind's unbridled impulse, rein in your spirit. I think you deserving of life just because you judge yourself deserving of death. Oh, well, death is resolved. The question is, how do it? Shall I end my life on a rope? Or fall on a sword? Or jump and fall headlong from Palace's citadel? Will my old age let you go headlong to your death like this? Check this frenzied impulse. No consideration can stop one from dying who has both the resolve and the duty to die. My mistress, only solace of my weary years. If such a reckless madness weighs in your mind, score reputation. Reputation hardly favors the truth, better for the less worthy and worse for the good. Let us test his grim, intractable spirits. It is my task to tackle the wild youth and soften the fierce mind of that implacable man.
Goddess born of the implacable sea, called mother by Cupid, the twin born, who's reckless like no other, with fire and arrows alike, that wanton, smiling boy, your child, aims shafts from such an unerring toy.
The wound he gives in a place so narrow eats deep into the hidden marrow. No for your boy, throughout earth's barrows, he spryly showers and scatters his arrows. All regions that see the sun being born, all regions that lie near his western horn, the blazing crab above the mare, any Arctic below the Parisian bear, and enduring settlers who ever wander, all these fires become one. He arouses youth's ferocious flame, and in tired old men he wakes the same. The low, oft extinguished heat strikes a maiden heartbeat. An unknown fire leaves heaven abandoned by gods, and dwell with features disguised in earthly gods. Phoebus, as master of the Thessalian herd, drove cattle. Set aside his lyre and word, he called the bulls oh so ripe, blowing into a slanted reed pipe. Even he guides heaven and cloudy storms, so often putting on much humbler forms. Now, as a bird, he moved white wings, similar to when a dying swan sings. Grim now as a boisterous bull, back lowered for a maiden's pull, and through a new realm his brother's waves, as his hooves played the role of staves. He breasted and overcame the deep, fearing for his stolen heap. Fire touched the goddess so bright of the moon, and darkened night. She forsook the night, and entrusted her brother with driving her chariot, not worthy of another. He learnt to guide the two-horse team of night, and when turning he kept the circuit so tight. But the nights did not keep their proper hours, and day returned to dawn with late dewy flowers. As the chariot's axle began to shiver, Alcmene's son set aside his quiver.
Then the threatening lion, such an amazing spoil, his fingers be fitted with emeralds so royal, and his rough hair be brought to order, he bound his legs with a gold-studded border, while yellow slippers confined his feet, and the hand with the club just now had a beat.
With the spindle he threw out threads, Persian witness and Lydian threads. As he cast aside his fierce lion's pelt, those strong muscles and shoulders he felt, the palace which rested on a cloudy bed, a delicate robe of Tyrian thread.
All too powerful is that heaven-sent fire. Yes, with the earth stuck in a salt sea mire, and where the stars run through the skies, the implacable boy holds ties.
His arrows are felt by the watery depth, by the sea blue Nereid in its breath. Those flames with the sea cannot be relieved. By winged creatures his fires are received.
Then Venus rouses a bold young bull who fights the war for the herd in full. If they fear the loss of their mates, timid stags shall challenge their fates, and with their roaring they signal the madness. The banded tigers fill swarthy India with sadness.
His wounding tusks sharpened by the gore, his mouth begins to boom all the more. Carthaginian lions shake their manes when a pride is moved by many love pains. When the woods echo with savage growls, the whale and the elephant begin their own love howls.
Nature asserts her power over all. Nothing is immune when love makes hate fall. Repeated anger always yields to that fiery wrong. Love conquers a stepmother. There, that's your song.
Nurse, tell us your news. What is the Queen's situation? Is there any moderation of the cruel flames?
No hope exists that such an affliction can be eased. There will be no end to the flames of insanity. The fever steadily burns her, and her inner madness, however much concealed, is betraying her face. Fire bursts forth through her eyes. Her weary sight cannot bear the daylight. Nothing pleases her fickle mind for long, and her restless pain disturbs her body in various ways. She wavers and collapses with weakness in her step. She can hardly support her head and her drooping neck. Now she prepares to rest, but forgets sleep and spends the night in bed. She bids him raise her body and lay it down again, unfasten her hair and arrange it once more. Her condition is always impatient of itself and changing. The thought of food or health now occurs to her. Her feet falters, her strength fails. There is not that same vigor, not the ruddiness that colored her glowing face. And those eyes, that once betokened David's torch, have none of that inherited ancestral brilliance. Tears fall across her face. Her eyes are flooded with constant moisture, as, on the ridges of Taurus, the snows melt when struck by warm rain showers. But see, the upper doors of the palace are opening. There she is, lying back on the cushions of her gilded chair, using her usual clothes with crazed frame of mind. Fires! Take away these garments to deck with purple and gold! Banish the scarlet of Syrian tires! And the threads gathered from branches by the roadsides!
My tunic must be loose and free for movement. And my short sash. Yes. What else? My neck must be free. My necklace, my ears must not be weighed down by snow-white stones. Gifts of the Indian sea. My hair must be loose and free of Assyrian perfume. My locks shall be tossed just anyhow across my neck and down my back. They shall stream on the wind as my racing moves them. My left hand shall manage the quiver, and my right shall wield a Thessalian spear. Such was the mother of stern Hippolytus, as the woman of the Tanais and the Myotis. Leaving the regions of chilled Pontus, she led her squadrons in pounding the Attic soil, her hair knotted and then streaming, a crescent shield guarding her left flank. So shall I go to the woods. Set aside your sorrow. Grieving does not help the troubled. Appease the virgin goddess who rules the countryside.
Queen of the forests, you who alone cherish the mountains and alone are cherished as goddess in the lonely mountains, change these grim and threatening omens into good. O goddess, great amidst the woods and groves, bright orb of heaven and splendor of night, by whose alternating beams the world is lit, reformed Hecate, come here, favor my undertaking. Tame grim Hippolytus' sun-bending spirit, let him listen to me obligingly, soften his wild heart, let him learn to love and feel shared flames of passion. Bind fast his mind, grim, hostile, fierce as he is, let him acknowledge Venus' laws. Direct your power here, so may you appear bright-faced and travel through rifted clouds with horns undimmed. So, as you guide the reins of the nighttime sky, may the salient chance never have power to drag you down, and may no herdsman win glory over you. Come to my appeal, now, favor my prayers, goddess. See the very man, worshipping the customary shrine, no companion at his side. Why hesitate? Shields as provided time and place. I must use my skills. Truthfully, it is not easy to venture on crime under orders, but one subject to royalty must put aside the right and drive honor completely from the mind.
What makes you drag your weary steps here, nurse? With such sadness and gloominess in your face. Surely my father is unharmed. Phaedra and the yoke of her twin sons.
Have no fear, the house is flourishing vigorously amidst good fortune. But do You should meet your blessings more geniality. I am troubled by anxious cares about you because you sub to yourself like an enemy with heavy ordeals. A person coerced by fate may be forgiven for unhappiness, but if someone willingly volunteers for suffering and tortures himself, he deserves to lose the good things he is incapable of using. Instead, let your mind relax. Raise a torch in nighttime celebrations. Let Bacchus lighten your heavy cares. Enjoy your time of life. It runs swiftly away. Now your heart is free and easy. Now your youth welcomes Venus. Let your spirit run wild. Why lie in a solitary bed? Unfetter your joyless youth. Now make all speed. Let go the reins. Prevent the best days of life from slipping away. God has prescribed appropriate duties and leads life through its proper stages. Happiness suits the young, gloomy rouse the old. That crop will pay the farmer great interest, whose plants, when young, grow lush and exultant. That tree will overtop the grove with its towering crown, that is not cut or pruned by a niggard hand. Upright dispositions grow better to renown, but lively freedom nourishes the noble spirits. As a truce-learned backwoodsman who knows nothing of life, will you pass your youth in gloom and abandon Venus? Do you think that men of this obligation imposed on them to endure hardships, tame horses by running them, and wage savage wars amid martial bloodshed? That mighty father of the world made provision when he saw that fate's hands were so rapacious to make good the losses always with new offspring. Come now, suppose our life should be deprived of Venus, who restores and replaces the depleted race. The world will lie rank in squalid neglect. The seas will stand empty of fish. The heavens will lack birds and the forests beasts, and the empty air will be traversed by the winds alone. How varied are the kinds of death that ravage and erode the human throng. The sea, steel, treachery. But suppose such dooms did not exist. Now, by your way, we had black sticks of our own volition. Suppose our young people should adopt a celibate life without offspring. Everything you see will be a population lasting one generation, will collapse on itself. So, then, follow nature as your guide in life. Frequent the city, cultivate the company of your fellow citizens.
No other life is more free and blameless than that which abandons the city walls and loves the forests. This pestilential envy, this fickle favor, this rapacious greed, none of this afflicts the man who devotes himself innocently to the high things. He does not seek to conceal horrid thoughts on a dark couch or hide himself in a labyrinthine house. No madness of the city inflames this man and goads him on. He is not subject to civic evils. No, he is Lord of the empty countryside. Listen, he takes pleasure after a long day of toil to rest by a babbling brook. Listen, you can almost hear it on the other side. Plaintive birds whisper, cheep cheep, and a breeze rustles through the trees. Oh, and you can almost just lay your head down on the side of the bank and lay your hand inside of the water as it runs through the eddies. Yes, you can hear it, nurse. Ah! Fruits shaken from trees and wild strawberries, things from bushes slake his hunger. Anxious is the gold from which the proud drink. His impulse is to flee from this royal luxury. Now, this was the way of the ones in the old times, the primeval age, the ones who consorted with the gods themselves. No madness of greed afflicted them. At that point, no serried earthenworks, no vast towers and closed cities. None of this greed pushed men to fashion sticks and stones into horrid weapons to use against his neighbor. No, the earth gave freely, and the gods smiled. This peaceful compact was broken by the unholy madness for gain and a lust which inflames the wrong kind of head. And then the spirit of war, unchained, fashioned 1,000 forms of death, and wrath found its own weapons, these sticks and stones, and swords and spears you slaughter each other with today. Wives kill husbands, brothers kill sisters. Husbands by wives and children butchered by unnatural mothers. And I say nothing of stepmothers. But the leader is woman. See, tricky, ever so tricky. Great cities, great nations have fallen to the likes of you. Noble kings laid low, and entire civilizations in flames. Koki and Medea need be your only evidence of your race's iniquity.
Why are all blamed for the crimes of a few?
I detest them. I fear them. No, I hate them. And I loathe them. And I hate them. Sooner will a wolf offer and nuzzle up to a deer. Sooner would the Syrtes provide good anchor for ship. And sooner would fire mixed with water than I would show a kindly shoulder.
Often love goes hardest even on the stubborn and changes their hatred. Look at your mother's kingdom. Fierce as they are, those women feel Venus' yoke. You are testimony to that, to the sole boy of the race.
It is the one consolation for my mother's loss that I am now allowed to hate all women.
Like a hard crag, intractable on every side, that resists the seas and flings the attacking wave far back. So few rebuffed my words. But Phaedra approaches impetuously, impatient with delay. What will befall? What will be the upshot of her madness? Suddenly her body falls to the ground in a faint, and a death-like pallor is spread over her face. Raise your head, find your voice again. See, child, your hippopotamus is holding you.
Who restores me to myself and restarts these powerful tides in my mind? How good it was to escape from myself.
Oh, why do you shun the sweet gift of light return, mother?
Courage, my spirit. Carry out your own command. Your words must be firm and fearless. A timid request invites refusal.
The greater part of my crime was committed long ago. Shame is too late for me. I have already initiated the unspeakable. Perhaps I shall conceal my crime behind the torch of marriage. Some crimes are made honorable by success. Come then, my spirit. Begin. Oh, Hippolytus, lend me your ears a while in private. Any companion with you should leave.
See, the place is free and clear of any observation.
And yet, my lips refuse passage to the words I begin. I call upon all the gods as witness that which I want, I do not want.
Your heart wishes to utter something, but your lips cannot.
Light cares may speak, heavy cares are dumbfounded.
Entrust these heavy cares to my
Sorry, I didn't get that.
The name Mother is too grand and mighty for my feelings. A humbler name suits them. Hippolytus. Call me sister or servant. Yes, servant is better. I will bear any servitude. If you bade me go through deep snow, I would not object to traveling on Pindus' frozen heights. If you bade me go through fire and enemy ranks, I would not hesitate to press drawn swords. Take the regent's scepter. Accept me as your servant. It befits you to hold sway, me to carry out commands. It is no woman's role to safeguard the thrones of city-states. You should rule the citizens in the first flower of youth, strong in your father's power. Take me to your arms. Accept me as your suppliant and slave. Pity a husbandless woman.
May the gods turn aside this horrid omen. Surely you will grant my father's safe return.
The lord of that binding realm, silent Styx, does not offer passage to those who go down there once they have left the upper world. I do think he will release his wife's ravisher, unless, of course, the
throne of Pluto is too indulgent to love.
No. The odds are fickle, and since our prayers go unanswered for now, unless you think yourself a widowed wife, and the same for your twin sons, then I shall step up and fill Theseus's place myself.
Oh, gullible hope of lovers, oh, deceitful love, have I said enough? I shall use my prayers to proceed. Pity me. Listen to my heart's covert prayers. I desire to speak and recoil from it.
What is this trouble?
Something you could hardly expect from a stepmother.
You speak in cryptic words and unclear messages. You need to be clear.
My breast is scorched with the heat of love. It lies hidden in my core, running through my veins like flames through tall timber.
You mean a wife's crazed love for Theseus?
Hippolytus, it is like this. I love the face of Theseus. That face he had when he was a boy. When his first beard touched his cheeks and he first set eyes on the blind helm of the Canossian monster and gathered the long thread on his winding path. How he shone then, headbands fastened his hair, and golden modesty colored his tender cheeks. There were strong muscles in his soft arms, and his looks were like those of your Phoebe or our Phoebus, or like yours, like you, just like you he was when he first attracted his enemy. Just so, he held his head high. But in you there shines more brightly an unkempt beauty. All of your father is in you, and yet some part of your mother contributes its glory equally. In a Grecian face, a Scythian sternness is evident. Had you had your Cretan seas with your father, my sister would rather have gathered her thread for you. You, sister, wherever you shine in the starry heavens, I call upon you for aid in a cause like yours. Two sisters, swept away by one family, you by the father, I by the son. See, the daughter of a royal family lies suppliant at your knees, untouched, innocent. I am changed for you alone. I have resolved this day to lower myself to prayers. You shall bring an end to my pain.
Oh, great monarch of the gods! Do you not see this? Do you not hear this? Oh, what is the sky not roll with clouds and thunder peal? Oh, and radiant Titan, do you not see what your spawn is up to? Do you not see this and plunge into darkness? No, where's the thunder? Where is the lightning? Come down, Jove! Transfix me! Pierce me! I deserve to die. I've trapped myself. You! Did this look like ready material for your crime? Did you think me a ready subject for all your sexual dalliances? Did my Scythian sternness earn this? Oh, you are worse. Worse by far than your Colchian stepmother. Oh, at least her crime was only adultery. And it was the true-formed mongrel offspring that was proof of her iniquity. But that was the womb you slithered out of. Doubly thrice guilty. 4 times guilty. Oh, Father, I envy you. This is a fate worse than your Colchians.
Hippolytus, I too see my family's fate. We seek what should be shunned.
And yet I am powerless over myself, even across the very sea. I would follow you across crags and rivers swirling and roaring. Wherever you turn your steps, there I shall madly run. Against Batman, I fall down at your knees.
Oh, you see how she persists, continually embracing me. Out sword. See how I rip her head back and expose her wanton neck? Oh, goddess of the bow, never before was blood more justly spilled at your altar.
Hippolytus, you grant my prayers. You kill my madness. To die by your hand with my honor saved, this is better than my prayer.
Go, jewel gain, no boon of death for me. Sorry, it has to leave my chaste side. These hands, what Teneus, what Maeotis could wash this pollution clean. Not even the whole of ocean could wash this away. Oh, woods! Oh, wild beasts!
Guilt has been exposed. Why idle and dazed, my spirit? We must deflect the blame back on him and actually accuse him of a natural lust. Crime must be masked by crime. When afraid, it is safest to attack. What witness will know if we first dared the outrage or suffered it, since it happened in secret? Here, Athens! Help, faithful band of slaves! Hippolytus is intent on rape, on guilty sex. He is attacking, threatening death, menacing chastity with steel. See, he has dashed away and left his sword here in the confusion of his panicked flight. First, comfort her in her distress. Hair stained, clothed and torn as it is as evidence of such wrongdoing. Take word to the city. Recover your senses, mistress. Why do you gash yourself and shut everyone's gaze? It is the mind that makes a woman unchaste, not what befalls her.
This flight was like a frenzied gale, swifter than chorus massing clouds, swifter than flames speeding on its tail when a wind-driven meteor lengthens out.
Let all former glory be compared to you by fame that admired an earlier age. Your beauty shines out fairer than tame, just as the bright moon in full stage.
When blushing Phoebe links her horns to unite her fire, and shows her knightly face from her fast cart, and the lesser stars, no appearance to admire, such as he brings back a dark start. He is known as the herald of night, who when Hesperus' sea bathed anew, but again Lucifer banished the light, and you, Liber, from Thyrsus bearing in you. He, forever a youth with locks unshorn, controlling your tigers with a vine-clad spear, and turban on his horned head is born. You cannot undo Hippolytus' locks so clear. Lest you admire your own face too much, the story has spread through all nations, whom Ariadne preferred to Bromius as such. Beauty, a doubtful boon for mortal stations.
Beauty, a short-lived gift, how fleeting. It disappears from the soul with such haste.
Lilies and roses fade from their seeding. That garland the head made of trees.
Meadows lovely in early spring are despoiled. Scorching summer provides intense heat.
When at the solstice midday rages as it's boiled, and the night speed on shortened course feet. More quickly, youthful beauty is deprived its glow, that shines in youthful cheeks. No day that does not plunder a body made for show. Fugitive beauty which a man seeks. Use it while you may. Silently, time subverts.
Each hour worse by dead. Why seek the wild trade?
Beauty is no safer in pathless places. In the wood's desolate nooks.
When the Titan has brought midday faces, you are caught by the Naiads' hooks.
They are apt to catch handsome boys in springs, and an ambush will be set for your slumbers by the wanton woodland goddesses, each who sings, or mountain roving pans in great numbers.
Or from the starry heavens, gazing on you,
The old Arcadians, after the orb arose.
are helpless to guide her shining chariot too.
Just lately she blushed, with no pouting.
That bright face greatly obstructed by the cloud.
We, alarmed at the deity's gloom,
Thinking Thessalian spells covered her in a shroud.
made jangling noises in the room.
But you had caused her to be
Drawn out.
her pining while gazing at your
Trace.
the night goddess's swift course.
Gone out.
Let frost more seldom harm this.
Let this face more rarely seek the sun.
Shining.
Pure than Parian marble it will.
Shine.
A face of flinty manhood made for pining.
Pining.
And the somber frown of a stern lion. What?
Phoebus' gleaming neck with yours could vie. A full head of hair shades and adorns him, overflowing the shoulders. Never in a tie, it suits you, when at the brow your hair is trimmed.
You could dare to vanquish rough.
The power-filled, aggressive gods.
The span of your body so tough.
Your Hercules match in youthful odds. You are broader of chest than warlike Mars.
If you choose to ride a horse much faster,
Your hand on the reins will be the bar.
to the Spartan Cyrilo swifter than Castor.
With your forefinger stretched strips and aimed spear.
If you decide to shower parting arrows in the sky, each will fall buried in a bird's warm frame, and bring you prey from the very clouds up high. Beauty in men is often punished, even to fame.
May a kindlier God leave you in care, and your beauty show old age's wear. We will now take a brief 10-minute intermission. What would that woman's reckless madness leave undared? She is preparing vast charges against the innocent youth. She seeks credibility with her torn hair. She mars all the beauty of her head. She wets her cheeks. The plot is marshaled with every female trick. But who is this that bears a royal grace in his expression and carries his head so high? How similar his face to Theseus' son, except that his cheeks are white with the pallor of exhaustion and unkempt squalor stands in his bristling hair. See, it is Theseus himself returned to earth. Oh, last I have departed that region of eternal night, the world that darkens the dead in their vast prison. My eyes can scarcely endure the longed-for daylight. Now, for the fourth time, Eleusis is reaping Triptolemus' bounty. For the fourth time, Libra is balancing the scales of day and night. While in an unresolved torment of an unknown lot, I was kept between the evils of death and life. Dead as I was, one part of life stayed with me. Awareness of evils. An end was brought by Alcides, who, upon dragging off the hound stolen from Tartarus, brought me at the same time to the world above. Oh, my manhood is exhausted. It lacks its ancient strength. My steps, they falter. Oh, what a toil it was to head from deepest Phlegethon to the distant heavens, both to escape death and to follow Alcides. Oh, sounds of weeping strike my ears. Explain, someone! Mourning and tears and grief. Oh, sad laments on the very threshold. A fitting reception indeed for a guest from the underworld.
Phaedra is stubbornly resolved on suicide. She disregards her tears and is bent on death.
What reason does she have for dying? Why die now as her man returns?
That very reason is brought about her imminent death.
Your cryptic words conceal some great issue. Speak out openly. What pain is burdening her mind?
She tells no one. In her grief, she hides the secret and is determined to take the fatal trouble with her. Come, now, come. I thank you. You must be quick.
Open the doors of the royal house. Oh, consort of my marriage bed! Is this how you respond to your man's arrival with the face of your long-missed spouse? Why not unfold your hand from the sword, restore my spirit to me, and explain whatever it is that drives you from life?
Oh, great soul Theseus, alas! By your sceptered power, by our own twin sons, by your return, and by my ashes soon to be, let me decide on death!
What cause compels you to death?
If the cause is known, the profit of my death is lost!
No one will hear it but me.
A chaste woman fears her husband's ears above all.
Speak out. I shall hide your secret in my faithful heart.
If you want someone to keep a secret, first you must keep it yourself.
You will be given no opportunity in death.
When one has decided on death, death is always within reach.
Let me know the offense that needs to be punished by death.
The fact that I live!
Do my tears not move you?
To die mourned by loved ones is the best of deaths.
Still, she keeps her silence. Blows and chains will make the old nurse reveal what this one refuses to tell. Bind her with iron! Violent blows will root out her mind's secrets.
No! Wait! I shall tell you myself.
Why do you turn your sad face aside, cover your cloak with it, and hide the tears that suddenly sprang up in your eyes?
Begetter of the gods, I call upon you as witness, and you, rays of heaven's light, from whose rising my family traces its origins. Though beset by these prayers, I resisted. My spirit did not yield to threats and the sword, but my body suffered his violence. My blood shall wash away this stain on my chastity.
Tell me, who is the destroyer of my honor?
One whom you least expect.
I demand to know who he is.
This sword will tell you. Frightened by the outcry, the rapist left it, running fury that the citizens were gathered.
What crime do I see? What monstrosity do I behold? The royal ivory carved with small emblems gleams at the hilt. The glory of the house of Aegeus. But where has the man himself escaped to?
The slaves saw him running back in full flight.
Oh, holy righteousness, O ruler of the heavens, and you
Was he nurtured by some Greek land or by the Scythian Taurus and the Colchian Basis? Yet the race reverts to its ancestry, the base blood harks back to its origins. This is unmistakably the madness of that warrior tribe to scorn the Pax of Venus, and then, after long chastity, to prostitute the body to all and sundry. What an abominable race, untamed by the traditions of a better land. Even the very beasts avoid taboo intercourse. Unconscious restraint maintains the laws of procreation. So much for this man's vain solemnity of his exposure. His rough appearance, aping old-fashioned ways, his grave character like an elder's, his serious disposition. How indecent life, harboring secret thoughts and putting a bitter face on an ugly spirit. Shame masks shamelessness. Placidity masks boldness. Liars praise truthfulness, and the self-indulgent pretend to strictness, as that wild backwoodsman, chaste, untouched, inexperienced. Were you saving yourself for me? Did you decide to prove your manhood in my bed with such a crime? Oh, I thank the powers above that Antiope fell by my hand, and that when I descended to the Stygian caverns, I did not leave you your mother. Run in your flight through unknown, far-off nations. Though some land at the ends of the world separates you from me by expanses of ocean, though you dwell in the world opposite your feet, though you are hidden in the furthest retreat beneath the shuddering realms of the high pole, though you are placed beyond winter and white snow, leaving the chilling threats of howling boreas raging behind you, you will be punished for your crimes. I shall hound you tenaciously in your flight through every refuge. I shall traverse lands distant, closed, inaccessible, remote, trackless. No place will stop me. You know where I return from, and where I cannot aim my weapons, there I shall aim my prayers. My father, the sea god, granted that I could make 3 wishes he would comply with, and he invoked the Styx to ratify this gift. Oh, fulfill my grim gift, ruler of the sea. Let Hippolytus not look on bright daylight any longer, and let him and you meet the spirits his father angered. Oh, sire, grant your son this abhorrent aid. I would not ask for your divinity's final gift if great evils were not pressing. Faced with deep Tartarus and fearsome Dis and the menacing threats of the infernal king, I held back from using a prayer. Now, keep the promise you have pledged. Do you delay, Father? Why are your waves still silent? Drive the winds in with black clouds, weave the curtain of the night, steal stars and heaven. Let the seas flood, arouse the multitudes of the sea, and summon the swelling waves from the very ocean.
Winter heart and bitter lot. How heavy service. Why do you call me to announce an unspeakable fate?
Do not fear to tell boldly of harsh calamities. I have not a heart unprepared for distress.
My tongue refuses this sorrow its harrowing utterance.
Disclose the fortunes that burden my shaken house.
Hippolytus, to my sorrow, lies pitifully dead.
His father, I know my son died long ago. Now the rapist has died. Tell the course of his death.
Very well then. After he forsook the city, with fury in his steps, unfurling a swift course on flying feet, he quickly set his steeds beneath the high yoke, and fastened and curved their mouths with tightened riding. Then, talking much to himself, and cursing the soil of his fatherland, he invoked his father many times. Wielding the whip vigorously, he gave the horses their head. Then the sea thundered mightily from its depths and swelled towards the stars. No wind was sweeping the salt water. The sky was peaceful. Nowhere in it warm. The sea's calm was stirred by a storm all its own. Not so powerfully does the south wind disturb the Straits of Sicily, nor so madly does the Ionian Gulf well off if it turns northwester. Then the rocks shudder under waves, and white foam strikes Lucate's summit. The sea swells towards the stars. It hides the cliffs, famed for the power of the Epidaurian god, and the rocks, famed for Sciron's crimes, and even the land, hemmed in by two gulfs. But this cataclysm is not for ships. It threatens the land. A heavy surge rolling forward apace, bearing something in its burdened boom. What new Cycladic island will show its face to the stars this night? Is some new land rising? As we ask such questions in amazement, behold! The whole sea bellows, and the surrounding cliffs roar back. The wave rushes toward the land, swelling with a monster. Its crest foams and spits out water in intervals, just as a whale, journeying through ocean's deeps, spits out the stream it has found. The ball of water shakes, trembles, breaks open, and brings to shore an evil that endures evil. My lips tremble with terror. What an impression was given by that vast body. A bull holding high its dark blue neck, with a tall crest rising above its greenish brow. Ears erect and shaggy. Eyes of varying colour, both such as the overlord of a wild herd might have, and such as a terrible sea-born creature. In part, they spit fire. In part, they lead with a striking sea blue quality. The neck full, raising its muscles aloft, its nostrils broad and distended, snorting as it breathes. Its chest and dewlap are green with clinging moss. Its long flanks are daubed with red seaweed. And then, its hind parts merge into a monstrous shape. An immense creature, trailing a huge scaly appendage. Alone, undaunted. Undaunted! Get it together. Hippolytus holds the horses and tighten reins, and ready is their panic. With his calming, familiar voice. There is a road that runs along the cliffs towards ours, close to the reaches of the sea below. There that monster whets its anger in preparation. After rousing itself fully and testing itself in rehearsal for wrath, it flies forward, fast and direct, scarcely touching the ground's surface with its galloping feet, and halts truculently in front of the panicked team. In response, your son rises up with a threatening glare and, not changing countenance, thunders loudly.
This empty terror does not scare me, for conquering bulls is a task I inherited from my father.
But straight away, the panic team sweeps the chariot away. Now, swerving off the road, they rush wherever fear bids, propelling themselves across the cliffs. But, just as a helmsman steers his ship in turbulent seas, lest it turn broadside, and cheats the waves with his skill, just so did your chariot, son, not your chariot, your son, steer the speeding team, now tightening their mouths with curved bridle, now controlling their backs with repeated use of the coiling whip. He is followed by a constant terror, now running alongside, now whirling around to meet him head on, bringing terror from every angle. Further flight is impossible, for there, full on straight in their path, there charges the terrible horned sea creature. Then, indeed, the steeds panic, reject control, and struggle to tear themselves from the yoke. As they rear up, they jettison their burden. Flung headlong on his face, he catches his foot in a tangling snare. The more he struggles, the more he tightens the clinging knots. Just so in the sky, a team, not recognizing its proper burden, and indignant at daylight, had been entrusted to a false sun, tossed the straying Phaethon from the heavens. Far and wide he bloodies the countryside. He smashes his head against boulders, and a snap back. His hair is torn away by clinging brambles. Hard rocks ravage his handsome face, and his ill-fated beauty is destroyed by many wounds. The swift wheels roll his dying limbs over and over. Then, a tree trunk. Charge into a stake, grips him with its stalk thrust out, right through the groin. The team stops a moment with its master impaled. The wound halts the yoked pair. Then they break the delay, and with it their master! Now, barely alive, he is dragged through the undergrowth of sharp thorn bushes, bristling with brambles, and every tree trunk takes part of his body. A funereal band of servants is wandering through the fields. The sorrowful hounds are tracking their master's limbs. But the mourner's diligent toil has not yet been able to complete his body. Is this the glory of his beauty? He who, just now, shone star-like, as resplendent companion to his father's power and its certain heir, is now gathered from everywhere in final pyre and brought together for funeral.
Oh, nature, all too powerful. How strong the bonds of blood with which you hold parents. How we give you allegiance even against our will. For his guilt, I desired to kill him, but now he is lost, I weep.
One may not rightfully weep for what oneself has desired.
To me, this is the pinnacle of evils, that fortune should make us desire what we detest.
If you detested him, then why are your cheeks wet with tears?
I for destroying him, not for losing him.
Get it, Rick?
What mighty disasters toss the mighty. Fortune rages less against lesser prey. As blows by the humble more lightly. Humble retirement grants a troubled age.
Close to the heavens, as easterly winds and south storms, the crazy northern threats, and the northwestern storms. Rarely are the blows of lightning felt by the lowly valley, but the bolt of Jove thundering staggers the mighty.
Is this how I see you? How I have made you? What savage sayings, what Procrustes has scattered your limbs? What Cretan bull, filling his Daedalian prison with tremendous bellowing, hideous, biformed creature of horrid face, has torn you apart? Has your beauty fled? And your eyes, my stars, be with me. Faintly, even though you're lifeless. Hear out my words. I speak no dishonor. With this hand, I shall make the amends. Yes, yes, plunge this sword into my evil breast, and in a single instant, release Phaedra from life and crime. And then I shall follow you madly across lakes and waters and Tartars, across Styx and rivers of fire. I must pass by your shade. Take these spoils from my wounded brow, except this hair cut from my head. We could not unite our spirits. At least we can unite our deaths. Die! If you are chaste for your husband, if unchaste for your love. Shall I enjoy my husband's marriage chamber? Now that it has been defiled by a natural crime? The outrage was missing for you to enjoy his bed, as though it were avenged in you, blameless. Oh, death, soul release from evil love. Oh, death, greatest glory of blighted honor, I flee to you. Open wide your merciful arms. Listen, Athens, and you, father worse than a murderous stepmother. I told a false story and alleged with lies the outrage that I myself had dwelt on madly in my own crazed breast. As father, you have punished in vain. And a chaste young man lies dead on an unchaste charge. You are innocent. Receive back now your true character. My breast is justly open with the sword, and my blood is condemned offering to a righteous man. What you, as father, must do now that your son is stolen from you, learn from his stepmother. Hide in the regions of Acheron.
O gaping jaws of pale Avernus, and you, Tynerian caves, waters of Lethe that soothe distress, and you, lethargic pools, banish this unnatural man below and crush him with endless pain. Come now, cruel sea monsters, come from the mighty main, every creature that Proteus hides in ocean's furthest gulfs, drag me down
their tips, split me between two trunks when released to the sky, or shall I hurl myself over the corroded cliffs? I have seen more grievous things that Phlegethon forces the guilty to suffer, encircling and entwining them in its stream of fire. What punishment and what abode awaits me, I know. You guilty shades, make way. Let the rock be positioned on this neck and burden my weary hands the ancient Aeolid's perennial task. Let me be mocked by the river that flows close to one's lips. Let the savage vulture fly over to me, abandoning Titros, and let my liver be constantly growing in torment. Oh, you take rest, weary friend of my Pirithous. Let the whirling gyre and the revolving torment of the never-ceasing wheel take my limbs. Gate open, earth! Take me in, dread chaos, take me! This time, my journey to the shades is more righteous. It is my son I follow. Oh, fear not, Lord of the Ghosts. I come with chaste purpose. Take me into that everlasting home, never to leave. The gods do not answer my prayers. But if I were asking for crimes, oh, how eager they would be!
Laments, Theseus, infinite time remains. Now pay your son due rights, and quickly bury his limbs, so foully scattered and savagely torn. Carry here are the remains of that dear body. Massive limbs heaped randomly together. Give me them. Is this Hippolytus? I recognize my crime. It was I that killed you. And lest I should incur guilt just once, or just for myself, as a parent embarking on crime, I invoked my father. See, I enjoy a father's boon. How great an evil is bereavement in my broken years. Embrace his limbs, pitiable man. Kneel over him and enfold him in your bosom. All that remains of your dear son. Arrange in order, Father, his torn body, sundered limbs, put back in place the strayed parts. This is the place for his strong right hand. Here must his left hand be set, skilled at controlling the reins. I recognize the signs of his left side. How great a part still lagging for my tears. Trembling hands, be firm in the sad service. Eyes be dry, check your copious tears. While the father is portioning out his son, fashioning his body. What ugly, formless thing is this? That multiple wounds have severed on every side. What part it is, I am uncertain, but it is part of you. Here, put it here. Not in its proper place, but in an empty place. Is this the face that shone with starlight fire, that directed the spirited gaze? Has his beauty fallen to this? Oh, dire fate! Oh, cruel favor of the gods! Is this how son returns to father in answer to his prayers? Here, take these last gifts from your father. Repeated burial will be needed. In the meantime, let the fire take these things. Throw open the house, soured with death's gore. Let all of Mopsups' land resound with clear laments. You, make ready the royal pyre's flames. But you, search the field for parts of his body astray. As for her, let her crush her after burial, and let the soil lie heavy on that unnatural being